So I've came on here and I've talked about coming off my mental health medicines, but I really haven't talked about why I was on them. Today's my birthday, so we're gonna do one of the harder videos today. This is actually the seventh time I've recorded it, so whatever happens on this one, this is it. It might be looking crazy, but we're gonna have it anyways. So what I want to start out with is I used to be a cutter. It's about 18 years ago when my kids was little. I went through a really, really, really bad depression. They thought I had breast cancer. It turned out to be breast disease, which I fought for 10 years, had 17 surgeries. We'll get into all that story later on. But I had that going on. I had a mentally abusive husband, and I walked in on him having an affair. So it was a really dark time for me in my life, and all this stuff that happened, I kept to myself. I didn't expose it to my family. I didn't expose it to my friends. I didn't have any friends, honestly, because I couldn't have any friends. This man, he would not let me take a shower after 3:30. If I did, he would pee on me in the shower while I was in the shower or getting out of the shower. Yes, it's very disgusting. I would have to get up at 5 o'clock every morning to fix him breakfast before he went to work. Matter of fact, the day that I went to labor with my son, I got up to fix him breakfast and was in labor. I told him about it. He didn't believe me. Anyways, but that's besides the point. But there was so many things that I went through that I just didn't really want to tell people about, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So somehow, some way, I ended up cutting myself. I thought that it was a good idea at the time. I would do it at random spots. At first, it was on the back of my leg or something. There was never lines going up and down my arm. It was always just scratches, random scratches everywhere. Until one day, I did it so bad that it looked like I went through a car windshield, and I got caught. That day, my whole family was called to my house, and they were all upset. And when I say upset, they wasn't upset in a way that was productive to me. Let's just say they were more upset and crying and hysterical because of what I had done. I think because it affected them in some way. Matter of fact, there's one person in particular that used this story to their psychiatrist to get more medicine. So there's that. But when people go through these things, if they're cutting themselves or if they're suicidal, they have something going on. Whether you can see it or not, it's not about you. It's about something that's internal in them. Like I said, I was going through breast disease. I just had my kid. I thought that my husband was the greatest person in the world until he wasn't. There's a lot of things that goes on in people's lives behind the scenes that nobody knows about. And when somebody does something like this, it's not out of attention. They're not trying to get attention from somebody. They're trying to get help. It's help. I needed help. I didn't need everybody to jump on me. I didn't need for it to be a thing that affected them and made them have issues and made them need more medicine or made them tell the story so they could get their sympathy, let's just say. A lot of things in my life that's happened to me, I know for a fact that somebody else has took them and ran with them and used it to their advantage for medication purposes at their doctors. When somebody has mental health issues, it's not about you. It's never about you. Even if you're arguing with that person and you think it's about you, it's not about you. It's about them. And they need help. They need a therapist. They need a psychiatrist. They need doctors. They need some kind of help. Somebody to talk to. Sometimes that's all it takes is somebody to talk to and to listen. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in our lives that we're not comfortable with talking to people about. We're not comfortable with going to our mom or our dad and telling them our marriage is failing. Our marriage is failing. You raised me to do this. It's failing. It's falling apart before my eyes. What do I do? It's some of the stuff that you don't know how to deal with, but you don't want to talk about. It makes you vulnerable. It makes you look weak. For whatever reason, you was raised a certain way that this didn't happen or whatever. You have to learn to deal with the stuff. And sometimes we're just left down there on a limb. We don't know how to deal with stuff the way that everybody else does, or we just deal with it differently. For whatever reason, we're wired different. And that's a lot of people with mental health issues. They're not doing this stuff to hurt you. They're not upset to hurt you. They're They're not suicidal to hurt you. It's not about you. And I see some people making it about them. They'll be like, oh, this person's suicidal. What do I do? What do I do? It's not about what you do. It's about what you do for them. It's about how you help them. Everything in life, people try to turn it and make it about themselves. And I've seen this so many times. And sometimes these other people who's actually affected by this doesn't get the help they need because people want to make it about themselves. They wanted to send me to Broughton. Broughton is a big time loony bin, okay, around here. It's for people who see stuff, talk to people who ain't there, that kind of crazy. I'm not that kind of crazy. I know everything that's going on around me. I'm crazy to where I would have hurt myself in the past before I hurt anybody else. And that's just how I was wired. It might not be right, but that's how it was, So I talked to my therapist, I got through all that stuff, and I just, I don't do it anymore, obviously, and my kids didn't ever see it. Thank God that I woke up before my kids were exposed to it, But I got help. I eventually got the help that I needed. I went to my family doctor, and at first, my family doctor just gave me lorazepam, anxiety medicine. Didn't really address the issue, So for a few months, I took the lorazepam, and I still cut myself. Even after I got caught. I did it. Even after I got caught, it was a random cut on my boob or a random cut across my back or something that I could play off, And for the longest time, I did this, and they never knew. And when they did know, it was a big problem for them. It wasn't a problem for me, but I needed help, So I'm glad that they found out, and I'm glad that things happened the way that they did because I know stuff now that I didn't know. And I know that in my life, if I see somebody doing this or know somebody needs help, I'm going to reach out to them in a different way. I'm not going to come at them the same way that I came at. I'm going to be more compassionate and more thoughtful about the person in the situation that's being affected, Mental health medicines are good if you need them, for a short period of time. I don't feel like that I should have been on them for 18 years. It's been a while since I was suicidal, and I was very suicidal. There was days that I was just laying in the bed and I did not want to get up. I just wanted to die. Anything, just die. Just sleep the day away. Take the pain away. One of these days I'm just not going to wake up. It's going to be okay. That was my mentality through a lot of my life. And, it took me getting help to realize, what I need to do. And it wasn't even the medicine that helped me most. The most thing that helped me was the therapists. The group therapy that I went to, the therapy that I went to for abused mothers, abused women. I mean, there's so many different things that I've done, to work past this. But once again, you never know what's going on in somebody's life. Be kind to them. You might be that breaking straw. You might be that point that makes them snap. And not even mean to. And it could be just the littlest, stupidest thing. But they're going through something else. And they don't need it. Once again, if your family is affected by this or anybody is affected by this, be kind. Get them help. Therapy is the best thing that you could possibly do for anybody. Even if they don't have mental health issues, I think that everybody needs somebody to talk to. There's certain stuff that we cannot talk about with people, and it's important for us to have that outlet, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. I don't even know what all they have these days because I'm not on most of it, but they need help. So 211 North Carolina area, that is United Way. They can get you a lot of resources. Behavioral Health Services is in my area. They can get you a lot of resources, but the 211 number is all across North Carolina. I don't know about other states, but I do know about North Carolina, and you can call them. They can get you resources on food, clothing, shelter, Medicaid, medicine, anything. These people are here to help you. So just reach out to them. If you have somebody in your life that needs help, please be gentle. Get them the help they need. Don't make it about you. It's about them. They have something going on that you can't deal with for them. You cannot fix the situation for them. Help them. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope that this video helps somebody in some way. Because I kind of just exposed a little bit of my past that's kind of dark and depressing, but if it helps somebody, then that's what it's for. So I hope that y'all all have a good day and think about what I said and stay blessed this week, you guys.